If you want us to come for you again, then pass the bill. That is a very, very amazing idea. 7 years is a good idea. We are already tired of this guy and you are adding additional 2 years. You greedy.
Ladies and gentlemen, it started from rumors that President William Ruto, the moment he takes power, he will extend the term limit. Now, Ruto's friend, Samson Cherargei, the Nandi senator, came out, drafted the bill, and forwarded it to Parliament, to the Senate actually. The bill is now on the second reading at the Senate, and they are saying it is likely to pass to the next stage. What does the bill entail? It's actually intending to extend the term limit for the president, all the way from the president to the MCA level. And ladies and gentlemen, this thing, it is serious as it is. Most of Kenyans right now might not see the seriousness of it because it has not gotten public participation, or maybe we have not gotten an engagement in the public with some of the politicians who are against it. But the fact is, just the same way Finance Bill 2025 passed without any noise, it is likely as well to go through all stages and then finally get to the president for assent. Now, the youth of this country did not keep quiet.
So the question is, why is it that he finds it fit to have a presidential term limit extended to 7 years when he's in power? Then it means that the guy is more concerned about his personal interest as opposed to what is in the interest of the people. And therefore, I want to say that as the young people of this country, we are not going to allow people to convert this nation into a personal business. This is not an individual business. Leaders must come, offer leadership, and go away.
If there's one thing that is stressing President William Ruto right now, it is the thinking of the youth of this country. Some people are saying that they're the ones who inspired the Nepal youths to get to the streets and eventually get their prime minister resign. The president's men came out to speak in defense of the president. And the first one was Mutuse.
Tumeona kwa magazeti ya leo kwamba kuna mswada ambao umeletwa wa kubadilisha sheria, wa kubadilisha katiba katika bunge ya Senate. Ati unasema kwamba tuondoe term ya president kutoka miaka 5 ikuwe miaka 7. Nataka niseme tukiwa hapa Mwala, mambo ya kuextend the term of the president, hiyo si mambo ya William Ruto. Mambo ya kuextend the term of the president ati itoke miaka 5 iende miaka 7, hiyo ni propaganda inataka kuwekelewa Mheshimiwa William Ruto. Na sisi ambao tunaunga mkono Mheshimiwa William Ruto, tunajua kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto wants to serve as per the constitution. Amalize miaka 5, tumpatie miaka 5 ingine, alafu aachie Kenya wengine huko mbele waendeleze.
And then now we had this lady here who is a nominated senator, I think. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a clear indication that the president has tensed in relation to this bill. As it always happens, our leaders in parliament always do whatever they want, regardless of the thinking of Kenyans. But now some of you could be asking, will this bill go through? President William Ruto had laid a very good plan. Actually, he has a very good plan to ensure that whichever bill he brings to either houses, either the Senate or the National Assembly, is going to pass successfully. What has he done in relation to this bill of extending the term limit for political leaders? That is what I want to highlight on this particular video. But before I take you through, if this is the first time you're watching my videos at Mkwa Times, please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Let me dive in that much wasting of time. The first thing that President William Ruto has done is to have Raila Amolo Odinga. Raila Amolo Odinga does not just come as an individual. First, he brings political support across the country, where he has supporters who are very loyal to him. These supporters can be able to echo something when they want it done, especially from the government side. In that, if Raila wants the bill also to pass, we will have members of the public from his support base come out and speak on behalf of Raila and William Ruto. They support it seriously. And then now, it will create a perception that it is not all Kenyans are rejecting it. There are some who are accepting it. That is the first thing Raila Amolo Odinga brings on board. Secondly, in parliament, numbers matter. Now, what else does Raila Amolo Odinga bring? It is the 70 to 100 members of parliament that he has. If these people come on board, That means very well William Ruto plus he's also almost 100 members of parliament. They have numbers. Numbers that can push through any bill in the National Assembly or in the Senate. Ladies and gentlemen, these numbers are intact in parliament. Also, considering they also much in control of the Senate, they also have huge numbers there. Just the same way Rigathi Gachagua was impeached with huge majority, that is likely to happen in relation to this bill that Cherargei tabled. So Raila Amolo Odinga brings the aspect of numbers on board, which can ensure that the bill has passed successfully. Another thing that William Ruto is planning to do is do it silently. As you see, most Kenyans are not speaking about it. It's just the youth who have come out to speak against it, and probably even the media which has captured it. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto passed the Finance Bill 2025 silently. And actually, there were some controversial things there. And as we speak today, William Ruto is intending also, if he wants the bill to be passed silently. Some of the tactics to ensure that it has passed silently is destruction. This bill can be brought on board, and then something happens. So Kenyans will turn their attention to that second thing that will happen, start their conversations, and eventually give President William Ruto room to do whatever he wants in the Senate or in Parliament, in the National Assembly, I mean. So that is how William Ruto passes bills silently, especially those that are controversial. Another tactic that President William Ruto employed is to ensure that the bill does not affect the president alone. It also cuts across all the stages: MCA, women rep, members of parliament, senators, governors. So the fact remains, every leader will see it as a benefit to his side. So they will definitely support it regardless of their public opinion. Some of you could be asking, why is it that the youth of this country are opposing this bill seriously? Number one, the bill does not address the common challenges or maybe the basic challenges that Kenyans are asking them to be solved right now. One, it is corruption. Does extending the term limit solve the corruption question? No. Because it is simply extending the period for people to steal, have more money in their pocket, and probably have more wealth. But it does not solve the issue that is affecting Kenyans, corruption. The bill also, it does not stop any form of corruption to take place in terms of sealing any loophole. So still the money that was being stolen is still available for stealing. Another reason as to why the Gen Zs are rejecting this bill is this. It simply exposes the greed of the politicians. It doesn't show that politicians are people who mean well for this country, but indeed it shows them as people who just want the best for themselves. And in fact, they might put so many efforts to see the bill pass, but don't put efforts to ensure that some of the basic problems that Kenyans are experiencing have been solved. So this is one of the reasons as to why the youth of this country are up against it. And in fact, they have threatened that they'd get back to the streets in case the president does not stop the passing of this bill. Another reason as to why they rejected this bill is because of wastage. If there's one thing that made the youth of this country to go to the street, it is the wastage of public funds. Where money is wasted literally. You realize that a company secretary is wearing a watch of millions, about 6 or more, a belt of 50,000. Then you ask yourself, why do these people get this money to waste this way? It goes down to the taxes that Kenyans collect. That is the reason as to why the youth are up against the bill that is going to be passed in the Senate. They want this wastage to end, but instead they're increasing the term limit for wastage. That's the irony of the Kenyan members of parliament. Ladies and gentlemen, on the comment section, share with me on what you think. See you next time for more videos.